No, I think the Maven stuff, I think you pinged me about that, or somebody pinged me about it.
Yeah, it might have been Dan, was it?
Yeah. I had a quick ping to say, because there was some changes that were coming up for it that actually looked like they might solve the thing that we're going to have fun with extensions in the future.
Did you get a chance to look at this?
I did. I got a quick chance. I haven't had a chance to write anything back, but I did get a chance to quickly read through.
Okay.
And yes, it sounds good because I mean it's got the basic part where it will it can detect if it's on the path already and be able to use that.
Okay.
And it sounds like possibly be able to influence its behavior externally as to which one of those it's going to go down the road of as well. You see if I can open that locally. Actually, let's just full screen this and read it on there. Yeah, because you contribute these 3 plans where provides Maven, blah, blah, blah.
I thought this part might be relevant for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So basically, what you've got there is an extra provides, isn't it? A provides for Maven, which is separate from the implication of a provide for JVM application package. Yep. So that if I've got an extension that claims to provide Maven, then you won't need to install it anymore, or you'll assume that you won't need to install it. But I probably won't be. I won't be the one doing the require JVM application package because that's the rest of the ecosystem downstream. You see what I mean?
Okay.
The extension will just be something like, because I've got an extension, for instance, that provides JDK and JVM and hopefully the native equivalents of those as well. And there'll be another extension that will provide Maven, and they'll just claim to provide that. And then because they're extensions and because they can't have requires, therefore, providing they opt in, which they'll only do if they notice that it's actually looking like a Java project. If they opt in, then they will run, and they will run first, which means that they always get to supply that stuff. And then the way it works, at the moment at least, the way that works is then a filtered build plan is created where all of the things that were provided, actually provided by extensions, are then removed from the build plan going forwards, so that every other build pack that was in play that could have provided that, it's no longer, when that build pack gets invoked, it no longer has that requires anymore.
Yeah.
And that's I mean, so the general behavior for Java, and I can't talk about Maven because this doesn't exist yet, you know what I mean, but the general behavior for the Java one is the extension says that it provides it, it detects, well, the extension looks first and says this is a Java project. And then because it's a Java project, it says, yes, I want to be involved in the build. And then it says, as part of that, and I will provide JVM and JDK. Then, because we're still in the detect phase, all of the detects for the build packs will run as well before anything else happens. And obviously, Belsoft Liberica JDK, the default one, comes along and says, yes, this looks like a Java thing. I want to be involved as well. I can also provide JDK and JVM.
Yeah.
But then we go into the next step, because they're extensions, they run first, the Docker files are generated, the JVM is installed. And then in that intermediate step in between the extensions having done their job and moving on to running the build steps of the build packs, the filtered build plan is created, and that's what's passed to the build pack. So when the Belsoft Liberica build pack is invoked with its build phase, the Go library then looks at the build plan and says, yeah, but I'm not needed anymore because there's no longer a request for JVM or JDK anymore. So yeah. I'm still here, but I'm not doing anything. Goodbye, and just exits. And so I figure that's roughly where we'll be at with this, where an extension will be able to say, I provide Maven, and then the Maven build pack will probably still say, I provide Maven. And then the extension will install Maven. And when this thing runs, it will look and go, no, Maven's not needed anymore. And then hopefully that's where the sanity checking comes in, right? And it checks the path and says, yes, I definitely don't need to put Maven because I found one. So yeah. But that sounds great. It sounds great because it comes down to the splitting of the responsibilities in a way, which is we're talking about, geez, a month or 3 back when we're going on about how you could just carve this into many, many, many tiny build packs, and then you start discussing layer limits, and then that gets scary.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds very good. Do you still need me to put a comment on this, or is this enough?
Um, no, I don't think so. If you're happy with it.
I'm happy. It's definitely sounding a lot better than what's there at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll hold back some judgment because it's like if it doesn't quite do what we need, then we'll find out once we get to that stage later on. We won't be able to judge that yet, but
Yeah.
inevitably, I think this is a really good step in the right direction because it at least acknowledges the possibilities to exist in a way that we need it to. So if it doesn't quite meet the behavior later, then we can do another discussion and raise PRs, and I can figure out how to fix it.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. That's good. I don't think there's anything else. Did you have anything else?
No, that was it. That was the main thing. That's why I was trying to actually join the meeting for once, because I'm like, yeah, I had that thing. I read that thing. I didn't reply to that thing. I should probably just chat here. It'd be much easier. Real humans.
Yeah, I was reading this thinking of your scenario. But Dan clarified it here that does match up with what you're looking for, I think. Okay.
Yeah, I might add for the extensions. I'll probably add some environment variable flags in the same way that the other build pack ones have, so that you can, if you wanted to, which I suspect actually a fair number of people will probably want to, if you wanted to opt out of having the extension supply Maven and just use the one that's going to be downloaded because you want a particular version, then that will be disableable via envars through the extension in the same way that you can kind of hint at the version you want for Java via the BP Java version and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This is going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of work coming. I say at the moment I'm back writing chunks of the life cycle again, just to get that, moving forwards a bit further. It's functional and working. There's just a small to-do list we've got to clean up before that's ready to drop. And then in theory, then I switch focus to actually starting writing extensions. And that's going to be interesting because I've got to write ones that, as close as possible, emulate the existing Paketo build packs for the technologies that they're deploying. So like any flags that the Java build packs support, I want to try and support as many of those as possible for the extension. Because the aim is to have it look and feel like it's just any other build pack. It just happens to run sooner. I think that's key, because if that comes together well, nobody will really care which of the two it was, whether it's an extension or a build pack. They'll still feel like it's the same user experience from the end of the day. And so, yeah, that's why the Maven one will be interesting as well, because it looks like there'll be a bit more flexibility around there. But yes, lots of stuff coming. Sounds fun. All right.
Okay. I suppose we can leave it there if there's nothing else.
I was going to say there's no point in dragging it out for another whatever. So good to chat, and I'll see you in the next one.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Take care. See ya.
Bye.